My wife cheated, got pregnant by her boss, and expected me to raise the baby, so I chose divorce. Hey Reddit. My wife, Sarah, and I had been together for 8 years, married for 5. We had built a life together, had plans for the future, and I truly believed she was my soulmate. But as it turns out, I was just a placeholder for her real happiness. It all started when Sarah got a big promotion at work. She had been working at this company for a few years, and I was genuinely proud of her. The long hours didn't bother me at first, I figured she was just proving herself in her new role. But then the late nights became more frequent. The weekend work trips started popping up, and soon, she was spending more time at the office than at home. I trusted her. Maybe I was naive, but I never once suspected that she was being unfaithful. That was until I found a hotel receipt in her purse. It wasn't just for a random night, it was for an entire weekend. And the worst part? It was from a hotel in the same city, not even an hour away from where we lived. That was the first crack in my world. I confronted her that night. At first, she denied everything, telling me I was being paranoid. But when I pressed, her face crumpled, and she confessed. She had been sleeping with her boss, Mark, for months. She cried, saying it was a mistake, that she never meant to hurt me, that it just happened. I was shattered. My heart felt like it had been ripped out of my chest. But the worst was yet to come. A few weeks after that confrontation, Sarah sat me down, looking more nervous than I had ever seen her. She told me she was pregnant. My heart skipped a beat. I knew right away, there was no chance it was mine. We hadn't been intimate in months, ever since her work stress started taking a toll on her. She had the audacity to ask me to stay. To raise her a fair baby. To pretend it never happened and move forward as if we were still the perfect couple. She even had the nerve to say, "We can work through this. You've always wanted kids, right?" I laughed. It was a bitter, hollow laugh. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She betrayed me, got pregnant with another man's child, and then expected me to clean up her mess. That was the moment I knew, I was done. I told her I wanted a divorce. She broke down, begging me to reconsider. She even tried to guilt-trip me, saying she made a mistake but that we could still be a family. I packed my bags that night. Sarah and I had a house together, but I wasn't going to stay there with her. I moved into a friend's place while I got my legal affairs in order. The next few weeks were a blur of lawyers, paperwork, and painful realizations. I had given my all to a woman who saw me as disposable. But the worst part? Mark, the boss she cheated with, wanted nothing to do with the baby. The moment he found out she was pregnant, he cut her off. He wasn't leaving his wife for her. He wasn't going to play daddy. She was on her own. And suddenly, I wasn't the villain anymore. She started reaching out, apologizing again and again, trying to make me believe that we could fix things. But I had made up my mind. I wasn't going to be plan B. Update. It's been a few weeks since I moved out, and things have been complicated. Sarah has been relentless, constantly calling, texting, and even showing up at my friend's place unannounced. She's desperate for me to come back, but I refuse to engage beyond legal matters. The divorce is in progress, but she's dragging her feet, hoping I'll change my mind. She even tried using our mutual friends to convince me that we can work through this. But, thankfully, most of them see things for what they are. The real bombshell, though? Sarah's job is now on the line. Word got out about her affair with Mark, and HR launched an investigation. Apparently, workplace relationships between a boss and subordinate are strictly against company policy, especially when it leads to favoritism, like the promotion she got. Sarah is panicking. Mark threw her under the bus, denying any wrongdoing. He claimed she seduced him and that he had no idea she was pregnant. His wife, on the other hand, found out everything and is now filing for divorce. It's a full-blown disaster. And I'll admit, I feel a little satisfaction knowing that karma is coming for both of them. Another update, Sarah got fired. The investigation didn't just reveal her affair, it exposed how she had been receiving favoritism for months. Emails, meetings, bonuses all traced back to her relationship with Mark. HR made an example out of her, and now she's unemployed. She called me the day it happened, crying, saying she had lost everything. She begged me to reconsider, to come back and be a family. She even said, "We can raise the baby together. You don't have to be the father, but at least be there." I was stunned. After everything, she still thought I would take on her mess. I told her, once and for all, that I was done. That she made her bed, and now she had to lie in it. The divorce is moving forward, and I couldn't be more relieved. Meanwhile, Mark's wife is obliterating him in court. She's getting the house, the kids, and a hefty settlement. Mark is losing everything, just like Sarah. I guess cheaters really don't prosper. Final update. It's over. The divorce is finalized. I'm free. The moment I signed those papers, it felt like a weight had been lifted off my chest. No more betrayal. No more lies. No more manipulation. Sarah tried one last time to reach out, sending me a long email about how much she regretted everything, how she never stopped loving me. But I didn't respond. There was nothing left to say. I'm moving forward with my life. I've started focusing on myself, reconnecting with old friends, even considering dating again. The pain is still there, but it's fading. And I know, deep down, that I made the right choice. As for Sarah? Last I heard, she moved in with her sister and is struggling to find work. Mark? His life is in shambles, divorced, financially wrecked, and blacklisted in his industry. Karma did its job. And me? I'm finally free.